Thanks for that, Alan. If I may zoom into the nuts and bolts of your job and what your team does, what are the key metrics or KPIs you focus on or make sure are included in your contracts to ensure everything runs smoothly, especially as we see these demand and market conditions changing?
For our contracts, we are primarily requiring a committed space per week for shipments on certain port pairs. That's what we stipulate in our contract. We wish for a fixed price with a quarterly adjustable fuel component in the contracts. We wish for no PSS wherever possible. This has been possible, but then sometimes not achievable in the last 2 or 3 years. But some carriers, it's been possible with. These are what we look for in our carrier contracts, and we look for committed, committed penalties, both on ourselves and on the carriers for non-performance. Those are the key things we look for. What our KPIs in our own department are to deliver the goods, to ship the goods within a shipment window as booked by the vendors, providing the vendors book on time. The shipment should be ready to move within a certain period of time at a certain budgeted cost for the whole year. We also work on 1 month rolling forecasts, 1 week rolling forecasts, 3 yearly budgets, 3 month revised forecasts, and we use that for planning with the carriers. And our 3PL provides us the performance of the carrier in terms of bookings, containers, SIs issued, container availability, rolled cargo, transit time, demurrage at port, delays at port, delay in transit. And this is what we report to the operating companies, that our customers in the group, which are the consignees basically, and the factories.
Can you give us some type of, what in terms of managing that operation, Alan, what types of logistics technology are you using to make sure everything's flowing smoothly and make sure you've got the transparency across all these really complex supply chains? Or is this where your 3PL comes in handy? Is this the bit that's outsourced and then you can manage it via the 3PL?
We're using our 3PL's platform. We're using Infranexus. We're using dedicated 3PL platforms. That one has been worked with us for 15 years. It's constructed around our requirements. It's not as sophisticated perhaps as some of the packages that are out there, but it gives us what we need. But we absolutely require vendor management and measurement of the vendor's bookings accurately, and the cargo ready date and the sailing date. And if there's feeder vessels, except from places such as Cambodia, Myanmar, Indonesia, etc., we need to measure dwell time between the feeder vessel and the master vessel. When we're using the 3PL's platforms for that, companies like Siva Logistics, Ziegler Transportation, Seco Logistics, we use their platform. But it's also important that the personnel structure of these organizations, these 3PLs we're working with, we require the jargon nowadays is a control tower, but we require a person responsible sitting in Hong Kong for the businesses we have. We are still headquartered in Hong Kong. Our center of gravity is South China in manufacturing and our own factory, and also Vietnam, but we manage the business out of Hong Kong. My staff sit primarily in the office in Hong Kong.